Hello, Jim Hodges here, Molly here. Molly's a 9-month-old Treeing Walker Coonhound that came in for our residency program. She's a fantastic dog. She's so sweet and loving and affectionate. She's full of energy. She's almost hyperactive, over playful at times, but that's a great trait to have. In fact, she would be a great family dog, and most Treeing Walker Coonhounds are great family dogs. They need an energy outlet. They need a lot of exercise. Some of them have real strong prey drives. Molly's is not too strong. She's got one, but it's not to the point that I think she wants to hunt and kill smaller animals. She just likes to get that nose going in the air, and she will definitely get distracted with her nose sometime. That's why you'll see me working. If she puts her nose on the ground while we're working, I'm going to tap her. I'm going to bite her, provide a consequence, and tell her no. Because I want her listening to me when we're working. She has all the time to do her smells and things like that. We have 3 cats around in the video that we're going to deal with. She may mess up, and you'll see what I do when she messes up, okay? The other thing about Molly, she's a dominant little girl. She is really strong and willful. That means you have to be stronger. You have to be consistent. Doesn't mean we get mad. Doesn't mean we yell and scream. It just means that when we ask her to do something, she has to do it. We always have to put ourselves in a position to make sure that she does it. We can use treats some if we want. She loves treats, but we don't want to use treats to detract from the training. And what do I mean? If I had this treat here and gave her a command and she didn't do it, I would bite her for the command. I would give her the no and repeat the command. She would not get the treat. The only way she would get the treat is she did it right the first time. An even better way to do it is break. Is we're just walking around, sit. Atta girl, she's looking at me. I give her a treat, pet her, and love her. Break. She did not know I had a treat in my hand, but it was a wonderful way to reward her for doing something that we wanted her to do, okay? The only time I say that we really want to tease and lead with treats or the off-leash come, and maybe sometimes even the on-leash come to get the behavior. But right now we're going to do the let's go and obedience. Watch what I do, listen to my tone. Typically if she does something wrong, you're going to see me tap the leash, that's a bite. And then when she does something right, I'm going to praise her. When I bite her and she ends up doing what I want, I'm going to praise her as well at that time too. It's not going to be as strong a praise as if she did it right the first time, but it's going to be praise nonetheless. The other thing about her is we want to make sure with any real strong dog that we keep the collar up high on her neck so it'll be a little more reactive with her. And remember, when we use the tap, it is a tap. We're not going to pull her where we want her to go, okay? It's a tap and release. We make her think about what's going on. The very first thing, let's go. Atta girl. And just so you know, if I have the opportunity, I have a treat in my hand. But as you can see, she doesn't necessarily know that. If I decide I want to reward her, I would. Walk can be anywhere and everywhere we want to go. She needs to be with us. She can't be in front. She can't be leading. When she's in front, she is leading. And also when she's in front and we're not beside her, she can be distracted by smells and other dogs and cats and people. Keeping her by our side, makes a little bit more of a checks and balance system. Okay? Let's go. Okay? Good girl. Come on. Good. So we can do this as much as we want. We want to let her know how good she is. The next thing is to sit. Hand signal for sit. Good girl. Pet and love her. Now she's in a sit until I release her. We don't keep a dog in sit for more than a minute or 2 at the max because I worry about their back end and their hips. If she started to get up, I would tap the leash straight up and tell her, no, sit, like that. Good girl. She has to hold it until we release. No stay or anything else. Good. Break. Sit. Good girl. Good. Next thing is the DOWN. In the beginning, I want to make sure we have our leash turned towards the ground so we can tap it down if we need to. Hand signal for DOWN. Oh, on the sit, I'll tap straight up above her head, straight up, not off to an angle. On the down, it'll be at about a 45 degree towards the ground. Down. Good girl. Now, No, down. Don't want her smelling the ground. No, baby. Good, down. That's really hard for Beagle, a Coonhound, any of the hound breeds not to smell, but I believe it's important that we get them to understand and do what we ask. Same with sit, she has to stay there. Now, I could go stay, open palm in front of her face. Now she has to be in the stay command. Now she can roll over, she can smell the ground, pack the bag, she's going to be there a while. I normally like to keep her down for at least a couple of minutes, the down stay. It's a great way to teach you're the leader. In fact, the down command is one of the hardest commands for dominant dogs to listen to from their owner. In fact, I see dogs that'll move around, start jumping, getting happy, anything to take away from the owner's attempts at trying to get the down. We get the down, we praise. Break. So we're moving, sit. Now we go down, from in front. Good girl. Good girl. Now, if I wanted to give her a treat, folks, I could give her a treat. Praise her and pet her and love her, okay? Good. We don't like to drop the treats off the ground. Don't like them eating off the ground if we can help it. So we just work from there. Good girl. Sit. Again, if she didn't down or if she got up from the down, it would have been a tap towards the ground. Let's go. Good. Sit. Next is the heel command. The heel command is where we have her in a box by our side. We want her to stay in this box. It's an exaggerated let's go. Let's go, we're going to be walking with her real close beside us with a very short leash, okay? Heel is the same way. But the thing with the heel is we want her to stay in this imaginary box we have. And when we stop, she sits, okay? Heel. Hand signal going forward. No, heel. Good girl. Break. Now, Molly is one of these little crazy dogs that when she gets a leaf or something on her, it distracts her. I don't know if you noticed, I went ahead and worked her. I bid her when she reached around to get that leaf. She has to learn to work for us, okay? So there is nothing she can do to break the task at hand. Okay, sit. Good. Heel. One more time. I step off, she comes right back in. I can do figure eights. I can do whatever, good girl. And she has to hold it. The next thing that I'm going to do is the COME command. Break. Sit. The next thing is the COME command. Okay, that's where we want her on leash to come up and sit. If she didn't start to come, we would tap the leash to her. This is one of the only times on come that we will bite. Her job is to come to us and sit. At the end of that, we can give her a reward if she does it perfectly. Here's the hand signal. Come. Good. Now, good girl. I don't want her watching the treat. Break. Anytime we do that, okay, I want that focus on us. So another thing I'll do is off leash. I'll never tell her to come to us from, now she got it. I'll never tell her to come to us from somewhere in the yard, even if we had a fenced-in yard, unless she's already in the act of coming, okay? So she's out there smelling the cats or the butterflies or what have you. We tell her to come, and she doesn't come. She just learned that she does not have to obey that word. So the first 100, 200 times, I'll get her attention first. Sort of like this. Pretend I don't have her on a leash. And listen to whenever I tell her to COME. Molly, hey, come. Good girl. I'm going to make her look at me first. Good girl, atta girl. Break. Okay? So although that was on leash, pretend like that was off leash. You notice? No, no smelling. Notice that I did not tell her to come when you go back and look at the video until she was committed to coming to me. When she was committed to coming to me, she's in a happy frame of mind. When I give her that word come, that happy frame of mind becomes an association. We want to do that as many times as we can. We never have her come to us and punish her. We never have her come to us and take her and put her up, okay? Every come has to be the greatest thing in the world. We pet her and love her and make over, break, we release her. We could put the leash back on her if she was out in the yard. Wait a minute, then we take her and put her up if we need to, okay? Then we go put her up and go to work. But we do not want that off-leash come to have any negative association. All right, next thing is the PLACE command. Place. Good girl. She loves to place. She lay down, sit down, stand up, read a book. I don't care what she does. She can be on that bed. She can chew her bones. She can play with her toys. She can do anything, but she has to stay on the bed. She can typically do, and she can smell her bed. Now, we just had other dogs out here, so she's probably smelling a little bit of the other dogs or the cat on the bed. But she has to stay there. If she started to get up, we would no, tap her back to the bed, place. When her fourth foot got on, we would praise. Okay? So all of this is allowable, although inside she's probably not going to have all these things to smell. If she started crawling off is when I would bite her. Okay? She can do this for an hour, 2 hours at a time easy. Right, let's go. Last thing is the load up command. I truly believe it's a load up command. A lot of times I'll say we can use it to get on furniture, to get in vehicles. She, as dominant as she is, does not need to get on furniture for a while. When you are ready for her to get on furniture, it can be a command like this, load up or hup. But I wouldn't allow her to get in the habit of getting on furniture when she wants, because she's already in grooming to be a leader. Let's go. So we'll come up over here, and typically when I go to load into a car, I don't just allow her to go run and get into the car. I want to take control of the situation first. Sit. Okay, hup. Atta girl, good girl. Break, let's go. Good girl. So we get excited, even when she's excited like this, and she's been here for a while and hasn't been able to run off leash except in the house. No, I want you to smell right now. Now, I'm a stickler for rules. Typically, she is off leash, we weren't working. If she wanted to smell, you're within your rights of letting her smell all she wants. I just believe that when we're in the midst of interacting, I want to try to get her attention as much as possible. You know, she's a great girl. She's going to test you. It's natural. It's instinctive. But if you're the leader, you're going to be fine. Know that anytime you ask her to do something, you either know she's going to do it or be in a position that you can make her do it. If you ever need me, I'm just a phone call away. I don't care if it's next week or if it's 2 years from now. I want only the best for you guys. And all you have to do, and sometimes it's harder with some dogs than others, we have to work to become the leader. We start that work in a distraction-free environment, and then we start to introduce distractions as we go on. Thank you so much. Jim Hodges, 336-945-3232. JimHodgesDogTraining.com as well. Take care. Bye-bye. Break. Atta girl.